All right. Let's get into it. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Heat Check live music review show right here on YouTube. I am your host, Desmond A., and we are here for a very good time. Apologize for the brief delay, about 5 minutes late. Sorry about that, guys. Had to hurry up and rush, get here for you guys. Want to make sure I'm always consistent for you guys. So no matter what's going on, try not to cancel. Just hustle through. If I gotta be a couple minutes late, I'm a couple minutes late, but make sure I'm here for you guys. So, yes, welcome to the Heat Check live music review show right here on YouTube. Previously was the live beat review show, but now we are definitely accepting music from recording artists, and we definitely have some recording artists submissions here today. Have a lot of great submissions we're going to get to. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time here, my name is Desmond A. I'm a producer, been producing music for over 12 years now. Have music on different networks such as eTelevision, Sci-Fi, Tubi, Discovery. I've also worked with different independent recording artists. Also sold beats online, sell beats online. If you're an artist, you can go to desmondabeats.com. Have my podcast for producers. Have the YouTube with the tutorials. Man, I do a little bit of everything, and that's what gives me the perspective. That's what gives me the angles to go ahead and give you guys all this great game, all this great information each and every week. And if you enjoy that, then make sure you stay here on the Heat Check. All right, and shout out to you in the chat. I see I always say ADB Productions in the chat. What's going on? I am good. I hope you are doing great too, ADB. Shout out to you in the building. So yeah, that's how we do here on the Heat Check live music review show. So how do things work? So the free form is currently closed. So free submissions are currently closed. What happens is at the end of the stream, the free submission form is going to go ahead and open up. So then you can submit for next Friday's show. And what happens is at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when the free submissions close. And from there on, if you want to do a submission, make sure you go and do the VIP, skip the line, $15 to go ahead and get your music on this particular show. So you can go ahead and skip, get ahead of everyone. We'll go ahead and listen to your music, and I'll give you a deep dive feedback. If you do the VIP, we'll listen to your entire song. Free submissions are right about a minute and a half. We listen to your music a minute and a half. That gives us a good vibe of how your music is sounding. Also, a couple ground rules here at the Heat Check. No snapping, no roasting. It's kind of like a martial arts dojo or like a boxing gym. If your boxing coach comes up to you and says, "Man, that's a whack jab. Man, that jab is trash," would you keep showing up? No. We'll give you real actionable steps. We're going to give it to you straight. But we're going to give you real actionable steps on how to improve. So your coach will say something like, "Man, twist your hip when you throw that jab." You know, your sensei will say, "Throw your hip when you're doing that front kick." They're going to give you the real game on how to actually improve and level up and not just snap and roast at your expense. So that's not this type of show. If you rock out with that, you're here to elevate, you're here to level up. I'm going to give my feedback. People in the chat definitely going to give their feedback as well. Then stay tuned to the Heat Check. Announcements. I'm working on more long form content for you guys. So if you guys have seen my YouTube channel, you might see a little bit of a break this past week. So I'm just elevating, just putting more production value into the content. So in the next week or so, you're going to see a whole new level of content. So I'm really trying to level up and kind of take up more space in this YouTube game. And I just want to thank all you guys, because I remember back when I had like 10 subscribers and 100 subscribers, 500 subscribers. And, now I'm pushing 3,000 subscribers. And the next is going to be 8,000 and 10,000 and so on and so forth. I have big plans for you guys. Big plans for you guys. I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for rocking out with me in this journey of content creation and music, and all this stuff is just so much fun to me. So yeah, thank you guys. Almost at 3,000 subs and leveling up the content. But that's enough yapping. You guys are like, "Man, get to the music. I don't come here to listen to you, man. Well, listen to some music. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. So, starting from the very, very top, oh, we got the man in the building, ADB Productions. Starting off the show with Grim. Grim by ADB Productions. Let's go ahead and take a listen. I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic and play this music. So let's go ahead and take a listen. ADB Production. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was ADB Productions with Grim. Shout out to you, ADB Productions, and thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Now, ADB Productions, overall, it's a good beat, had a good vibe, good energy, and I can hear the aesthetics. I can hear the vibe that you are going for with that beat. I can like see the colors. So you have a good way of painting the picture, creating a scene in the mind, which is definitely very good. One thing that definitely stood out to me with that is you had those pads going on, and you had your drums, and I wanted just a bit more of a contrast between your pads and the drums. So if I can get you to pull the volume of the pads down, it's just a little bit too much, and then once you pull down the volume of the pads, it's just gonna make the sound of your drums just snap that much harder. So just pull those down, give us a little bit of space, give us a little bit of a pocket, and the artist can get in there, and it's just gonna make your drums even sound like more snappy. Also, with that beat, I like the melody, I like the tone, I like the vibe and everything, but at certain points I felt like I wanted some type of like flip, like some type of experiment. Like I wanted the music to kind of go in a different direction. And what I mean by that is like you can listen to projects like Dirty Sprite 2 by Future. You'll hear some of the production by, Sunny Digital, Metro, and Southside. And then as the beat is going, something will flip with the melody, and it creates this type of contrast. It creates this type of pull, and it pulls us into the music. Sometimes it's the melody being pitched down an octave, and then some type of flip with gross beat or halftime, just to make us like get in there, get that stank face in there. So I was kind of looking for something with that. So don't be afraid to do something like that, to push things, to get us in that vibe, get us in that mode, because I think we had a nice consistent bounce, nice consistent vibe. But if we could do something like that, I think we could really pull people in and give them that stank face. But shout out to you, ADB Productions. Thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. And shout out to you, Central P Central G in the building. Shout out to you. All right, and let's take a look here at TikTok. I see you, Bino, and TikTok. We're on TikTok and Twitch. So shout out to everyone on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. All right. Moving forward, we have another submission here from ADB Productions. This one is called Less is Vibe Type Beat. Less is a vibe type. Yes. All right. Less is vibe type beat. All right. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and play this beat. I'm going to mute my mic and give my feedback. So let's take a listen.
ADB Production.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was ADB Productions with Less is Vibe Type Beat. Shout out to you, ADB Productions. Thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. So ADB Productions, man, another good beat, solid beat, consistent tone, consistent vibe, good bounce, good drum selection. I'm really feeling the same type of feedback as the other beat. It's like that haunting synth you had there. I feel like that one could be pulled down a bit more. It's gonna let the drum snap a bit more. And then also you did do certain breakdowns here and there that kept things interesting, kept us engaged. But I still just my energy is telling me that you have something in you where you could really flip the melody. You know, I really just touched on the same type of feedback. You know, we could do halftime. You could do pitching the melody down, bouncing the melody out. If you're using like a VST, you have the VST notes, and then you can bounce it down as audio. That gives you more flexibility where you can just, play around with things. A lot of people do use halftime. A lot of people use gross beat. I'm not saying you have to do those really dramatic flips like on Drake's Iceman. Those flips on Drake's Iceman were really transitioning into totally different songs almost to a certain degree. Not that dramatic, but the best blueprint, the best framework I could think of off the top of my head would be Future's Dirty Sprite 2. Just listen to how the melody was flipped, how they experimented with certain sounds, and it just created this like kind of stank face, instantaneous thing going on. So just kind of push yourself a little bit there with those like flips, the little contrast parts at different sections of the beat. So, you definitely got it. Keep grinding, keep cooking up, and keep submitting right here on the Heat Check. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. All right. Moving forward. And ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget to go to DesmondASounds.com to get free loops, free FL Studio patcher plugins, free guides, so many things you can use to level up. And I also have an Instagram guide on how to network on Instagram with artists. You guys got beats. You guys got You guys got loops, you guys got beats, you want to network with people. So check out those guides, man. I'm telling you, I've sold a lot of beats using these methods. YouTube type beats are cool for people to find you on their own, but reaching out to people on their DMs, man, it's just something that's just so much more personal. And I give you the game in that free guide. So check out that guide in the description, and it's also on my Desmond A Sounds website. All right, and you are welcome, ADB Productions. ADB Productions, you are welcome. And yes, that Dirty Sprite 2 is a great blueprint for those type of flips. So shout out to that album, man. Very good album. I used to actually intern. Was that? I think Seth Firkins mixed. R.I.P. to Seth Firkins. I believe he mixed on Dirty Sprite 2. And I interned at Tree Sound Studios at a period of time out here in Atlanta. So maybe that's why I keep referencing it. Yeah. So yeah, good album. All right, moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, we have I Cream Beats with Running Round. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. I should actually go to Tree Sounds. I haven't been to Tree Sounds in a while. All right, sorry guys, I'm talking to myself. Play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. Let's take a listen.
And she's been running round. Looks like I'm gonna have to put this girl down. Looks like I'm gonna have to put this girl down. I can't wait to see the love, the look in her
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was I Cream Beats with Running Round. Shout out to you, I Cream Beats, and thank you so much for submitting on the Heat Check. Sorry, that had a long intro, so I got a little confused on how much I was playing that beat. And ladies and gentlemen, if everyone watching the show right now, you'll see the super chat options. So if you guys have any type of specific questions that have been lingering around in your mind about production and things like that, you guys can do a super chat. And I do have a super chat goal. If we reach the goal, then I'll do a live Q&A after this stream. But if not, this helps us support the show, helps us support the stream. So any type of pressing question that you've been having, there's no such thing as a bad question. So everyone on YouTube, make sure you're on YouTube. Just hit that super chat, ask a question about production, mixing, networking, music business, selling beats, working with recording artists, anything like that. You can do a super chat, and I definitely appreciate that. So shout out to you guys. All right. So I Cream Beats, man. This beat, this beat definitely had a good intro. It really pulled me in. I'm guessing this beat is more so geared towards some type of beat battle. It had a beat battle type of structure. This really didn't feel like this is gonna be for like a recording artist to actually make a song to. Um, that being said, man, really good intro. Really pulled me in. I like that type of sample flip. The groove kind of put me back in the day when Kanye used to really use those soul samples and really get pulled into the music. That's the kind of vibe I was getting from that. Um, Also, I like the sound of the drums that you use. He had some nice, hard, clean sounds going on in that beat. Um, that being said, so feedback is once that lead bass came in, I felt a bit awkward. Um, I wasn't quite sure. That didn't really help. I really didn't feel that as a transition into the 808s. It was cool, but it just felt a bit awkward. And with the actual beat itself, it it kind of threw me off a little bit. So my assumption based on the intro was that the beat was gonna go one or two ways. It was gonna go. It was going to go, and this is what I thought it was going. It was gonna go into that more so Justice League style of drums. Those classic, luxurious Rick Ross Maybach music style of drums. Maybe even those Kanye, My Dark Fantasy, um, Late Registration, yeah, maybe even Life of Pablo style of drums. I thought it was gonna go in that direction, kind of that more soulful, organic kind of direction. Or I thought it was gonna go more so into that band play style of beat. Band play and Big X, the snappy southern drums with the sample going, and we still get that, the head nod and the snappiness going. I felt like it didn't really land on an identity once the drums hit. I felt like, I don't know, it just felt like it didn't really hit the bullseye. And let me play it again. Yeah, like the beat itself is good, but it's like
To put this girl down.
the intro, and then we get into the. So we can even let's do this. We can even keep the intro
To put this girl
and then hit the one right there after these are like about 8 bars. Then
to put this girl.
and then just go straight into it. So we can cut out this whole. I don't think you guys can see my mouse. You can cut out this whole like middle section right here. That's a rough estimate. That's that middle section right there. I think it was even here. Then you go straight into the beat. So I'm not expecting like a big epic Maybach music style of beat. We have a nice soulful intro, then skip that lead bass, and then boom, right there. I think that's a nice fix. So we're I think that even puts us more so in the realm of creating an actual song to this beat. Just that longer intro gave beat battle vibes. Let's cut out that part that I just showed, put it together, and then like cut out that lead part, the lead bass part, and go straight to the 808s, and it's gonna feel much more like this is a record instead of setting my expectations up for like this big theatric type of thing. So I would keep this beat, make those edits, and get rid of that lead bass part, and that's gonna set us more so in a direction for an actual song. But shout out to you, iCream Beats. Shout out to you, iCream Beats, and thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. All right, all right, all right. We got Cypher in the building. What's going on, Cypher? The drum fill gotta go. Okay, so Cypher is not feeling the drum fill. All right, all right, all right. Moving forward, we have another submission from iCream Beats. This one is called Cheap Talk. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a listen. All right, all right, all right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was iCream Beats with Cheap Talk. Shout out to you, iCream Beats. Thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Now, iCream Beats, see you're going more in that boom bap lane, man. Shout out to you. That's good. Those boom bap beats are, really like evergreen. You can, there's always going to be a market. It's always going to be a group of people who want to do boom bap type of music. And yeah, I've sold a few boom bap beats, and they just have staying power. You can make it 3 years ago, 4 years ago, sell it today, and it still feels good. It's just that type of authentic hip hop. With this beat, you definitely had those good sample chops, good intro. One thing, you did this thing with the snares that kind of threw off the vibe. You're like a ka ka choo, choo. Let me see. It's like, let's see if I can find it. Right there. That thing, that was a little awkward. That ka ka doom doom. We don't need to do that. Let's just keep that nod factor going, and we'll be good to go. And then also the bass line. So in my head, that bass line was cool, but in my head, I'm hearing a bass line that just it's just less staccato. Yours is like do 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 do. I was hearing something like do 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 do. Like, keep it simple. Let's keep that stank face, that that kind of vibe going. Because even when the beat first came on, I just started freestyling. I want somebody to keep that going. This is the type of beat that people will be in the studio, crank up the audio, crank up the volume, and just really get in the zone. Especially probably cats on the East Coast that just totally lock in. I was at a music conference out here not too long ago called Mixnick. Shout out to Wavy Wayne and everyone at Mixnick, everyone I got to see out there. And then in one of the studio rooms that I was at, someone played a beat, and then this guy, kind of East Coast accent, he just kept freestyling, snapping, and freestyling. Those are the type of magic moments that hip hop creates. And I just say that to say that I can picture that same experience with an East Coast rapper playing this beat out loud, and I want that bass line to still have that energy. Just so let's fix the bass line, and that snare part was a little awkward, but other than that, we're good to go. And then have a nice solid boom bap beat, and these are, I need to make. I might cook up some boom bap beats this weekend just because of that, man. Shout out to you, I Cream Beats. Thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. All right, let's take a look at the chat. All right. Shout out to everyone on Twitch as well, and shout out to everyone on TikTok. All right. Moving forward, we have a song. We have a recording artist in the building. We have Miss Mosha. Now, Miss Mosha, it looks like you sent two of the same song. So I don't know if your intention was to send two different songs, but whenever things were loaded up here, I'm seeing the same file was sent here twice. So on the next show, if you have another song, please feel free to send it through. I'll be glad to check it out. All right, so let's get this going. We got Miss Mosha with Gotta Get Ya in the Mood. Oh, okay, it's a Friday night. Shout out to you, Miss Mosha. I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic, play this song, and give my feedback. So let's take a listen.
Gotta get you in the mood, babe. Real nice and slow. Gotta get you in the mood, babe. Waiting all week long. Gotta get you in the mood, baby. I aim to please. Need some of your loving to knock me to my knees. Gotta get you in the mood, babe. Real nice and slow. Gotta get you in the mood, babe. Gotta get my groove on. Gotta get you in the mood, babe. Gotta get my groove on. Gotta get you in the mood, babe.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Miss Mosha with Gotta Get You in the Mood. Shout out to you, Miss Mosha, and thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Now, Miss Mosha, definitely, oh no. Ooh, hopefully this don't freeze. Sorry about that, guys. I just double clicked something I shouldn't have double clicked on. Hopefully you guys can still see me. Okay. You guys can still see me. I'll fix that in a second. So yeah, Miss Mosha, definitely great voice, great vibe. Let's see here. Make sure you guys can see. Okay, I'm back good. Okay. Miss Mosha, definitely great voice. I like the Gotta Get You in the Mood. I like the vibe, the feel of everything. That being said, Miss Mosha, I'm not quite clear, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Are you using any type of AI for your voice, for the background vocals, or anything like that? So for this show, if you're a songwriter and you're using AI to, create your demos and things like that, that's cool to submit to the show. But if you're a totally 100% AI artist, meaning like you don't have any social media presence, and this is specifically like an AI product, and it's an artist with no known origin, then that definitely wouldn't be allowed on the show. So Miss Mosha, I some of the background vocals I'm hearing, if I'm wrong, I'm free. I'm definitely open to be corrected. But it does like, especially the background vocals, I'm definitely getting some type of AI vibes on it. But yeah, overall great feel. great feel, great bop, great energy. It sounds like something that could even be on some type of commercial. So definitely submit this for a commercial. If this does have AI vocals, then you're definitely going to want to hire or find a human vocalist to re-sing things. And if this is an AI instrumental, then you definitely want to find a producer, hire a producer to get the compose the actual sounds of the instrumental, especially if you're going to do any type of sync work, work with music supervisors, get stuff commercially released, then you're going to want to do that. But shout out to you. Shout out to you. All right. Thanks so much for submitting on the Heat Check. All right. All right. Moving forward, we have Munchie the Beat with Stay Rich. All right. I labeled this one as a song, but something tells me that this is actually a beat. So let's see. Okay, this is a beat. This was a mislabel by me. I apologize. This is a beat by Munchie the Beat, of course. All right, so here we go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Munchie the Beat with Stay Rich. I'm going to go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's take a listen.
Munchie the beat.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Munchie the Beat with Stay Rich. Shout out to you, Munchie the Beat, and thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Now, Munchie, good vibe of the beat. I like the overall sound selection of the instruments. Just had good energy overall. That being said, it's a couple things I was hearing here. It's like, let's play this. Something is going on here. It's like I'm not feeling the impact of the kick. I'm gonna crank it real loud, so guys, watch out. Yeah, I'm not. It's like I'm not feeling it's like that kick needs extra, like, low mids. Let me see if I can find a good kick. Like, this is a good kick. Let me see. I have this weird delay going on. feel like your kick needs to be stacked with my kick that I have here. So Munchie, if you DM me on if you DM me on not DM, if you message me on Discord. So if you DM me on Discord, so guys, make sure you join my Discord that I have in the description. Guys, check it out. Make sure you go there, network with each other, and give some game. We also have loop makers in there, posting their loops, so check those out. So Munchie, if you message me on my Discord, just DM me. I'll give you my kick, that kick there, so you can either stack it with your kick or swap it out for my kick. And okay. It's like the kicks carry a lot of energy along with bass, sub basses, 808s, and things like that. And it's like the lack of low mids in the kick creates a contrast that's dramatic once the beat really starts to elevate and we have the horns and everything. So it creates a really big contrast to the point where it almost feels like there needs to be some type of volume adjustment. But I think once we fix that kick, then we get into this horn part, things gonna feel more balanced. And let me play this horn part here. It's almost like something is interfering. I'm trying to figure out what it is, guys. Give me a second. It might be a volume thing with the sounds, but something just feels. I would have to see like your DAW to see what's happening. So something is making things feel a little crammed. And I think it could be because we have a lot those horns and everything going. So we have a lot going on in the like the mid range, especially like in the higher mid range. So things just feel a little bit cluttered, where it just feels like things are starting to get on top of each other, which is not super bad because at this point in production, we're really getting things to sound good for the recording artists, to where if they're driving around, they're going on a walk, they're writing their song, their day job, whatever, they're able to just get a really good feel of what they're going to do for this actual song. And of course, if they're serious, then they'll lease the track out version and have an engineer mix things for them. But we still want things sounding good. So I can't quite put my finger on what's going on there once the horns and everything comes in. I can't tell if you're getting close to the red where we just don't have much dynamic headroom, or there's something going on where like in the mid range it's just a lot of information going on, and we might need to start using I got an EQ, like using the EQ to create little pockets so certain things can live more. So when it comes to EQ, sometimes we have to sacrifice something in order for another sound to shine. Yeah, it's not really too bad. It's not really bothering me that much, but it feels like it's just like a nitpicky type of thing that I would probably do on my side. So yeah, I think the main point for this beat would be that kick, and that's gonna just ease our way back into like that hook part to make it not feel so dramatic. Sorry, I spend a lot of time on that, guys. Like just certain things with sound and frequencies and things like that just kind of get me going. So, but yeah, yeah. Shout out to you, Mushy the Beat. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. All right, all right, all right. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. All right, moving forward, we have Tafara with Why You Back. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's take a listen. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Tafara, Heat Check regular with Why You Back. Shout out to you, Tafara. Thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Now Tafara, very good beat, man. Certain parts of this beat puts me back in if you guys are familiar with African music like Daddy Lamba, it puts me back in that vibe, those the classic African music, we call it like high life music. You just had all those elements going. So definitely took me back in the days, house parties and things like that. Family used to have. I believe Tafara is from a different part of the continent. My family's from Ghana. So I could definitely feel where you were going with that. That being said, it was a lot of music going on and a lot of different things changing. At one point, I was thinking of like a classic West African singer getting on this, that type of voice. And then we started to transition a bit into something that kind of felt like we could put this in some type of commercial music, like a car commercial or a commercial. Just selling something that's more like a lifestyle. That's what I was picturing. That being said, if we were wanting to get this to a recording artist, the recording artist is really going to have to do like some editing, some really customizing what's here. So I think this beat would be a bit of a challenge for an artist to just do on their own. So the artist would need to be coached through this in the studio on how you would want things structured, or B, if this beat is emailed over to a recording artist, then a note would need to be placed like, hey, I know this is a lot of music going on. If you wanted to structure it like a traditional song, here's the tempo. You have the tempo here already. You have the key already, so the artist can, cut things, move things along. Because you had certain part with like the whistling and stuff was really catchy. So to me, this is like a nice canvas, and I would really emphasize to whatever artist that got this that hey, I made this beat for you to customize, chop up, move around, and make it your own. So that's how I would position this to a recording artist, because it's just like so free flowing, freestyle, almost like freestyle music. I don't know if an artist who sings would really want to freestyle an entire song. I feel like they would want a hook to really keep things kind of structured. So yeah, but man, good beat, man. Good beat overall. Keep grinding and keep doing this style. I like this style. But also keep in mind, if you ever want to cook up a beat that's more so structured for an artist, as far as hook, verse, bridge, outro, the traditional format. But, there's just different paths to whatever you're trying to achieve. But this felt more free flow, like an instrumental. This almost feels like you could put this as a part of an instrumental. You could, make a bunch of beats like this, put them together like a 12 pack, get someone to do a cover, and hey, you can start to build your fan base like that. I believe it was Flying Lotus, the producer Flying Lotus. He built a fan base by putting out music, instrumental music, and I think people, especially in the age of AI, would definitely appreciate seeing a producer do an instrumental project. They could become fans of Tafara, and then as Tafara grows and brings in his own artist, then that can become your own little niche of developing artists around your sound, which is something that not too many people do these days. Definitely underrated, definitely undervalued, but yeah, people definitely enjoy that. So shout out to you, Tafara. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for submitting on the Heat Check. Cypher, Rugrats. I know why you had that position, Cypher. The kind of that gamey type of sound. The kind of has that bubbly sound. Now it's not bubbly. It's more like quirky, kind of happy-go-lucky type of sounds. I know why you came to that conclusion, Cypher, in the chat. But there's a style of music where that's kind of in there. It has those type of kind of happy melodic elements, because you're supposed to be up at the parties, just moving around, having a really good time. So yeah, I know why you came to that conclusion. But all right. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one, the only, another Heat Check regular, Voteezy, with Birds of a Feather. And this one, I see DJ D Rich Chase. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Looks like there's another producer on there as well, but this is Voteezy, ladies and gentlemen, with Birds of a Feather. I'm going to go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's take a listen. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Voteezy with Birds of a Feather. Shout out to you, Voteezy, and thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Man, once again, that puts me back in that classic Young Jeezy era when Young Jeezy was with Shawty Red, man, and D Rich. I love that era so much, man. I love that era of music so much. Man, I still listen to TM 101, Thug Motivation 101 from time to time, and I get chills listening to that album, man. Just it sounds so good. But yeah, you brought me into that same vibe with the horns and all the sounds that you were using. It definitely had that vibe, and it still had a modern twist. That being said, and you did a good job at keeping the sounds, like not doing too much with the sounds where it would get in the way of a recording artist actually creating a song to it. That being said, with the sine wave that you had going, let me pull it up. Let me see if I can find it. So with the sine wave that you had, with that, could we, if you can, you don't have to. I'm sure that if I know how it is collabing with producers and stuff with the stems, and I get it. But if you have the stems and everything, Voteezy, with that sine wave that you have going on, can we let's experiment with panning that a little bit, like so it's kind of panning from one ear to the next. So then as it's panning, you might even want to hit it with a little bit of, part of me wants to say a little bit of reverb, but I don't want to clutter anything. Yeah, I don't want to clutter anything. So let's not add reverb. I don't want to clutter the sonic field. Let's lower the volume a little bit and pan it. When you pan it, things just have a habit of kind of being perceived by the ear as louder, so you can kind of pull it down a little bit. But let's try, like, let me even open up the mixer here so you guys can see my mixer here. Like, we can and then automate it, then and let's kind of have it going from one side to the next, so that way when the artist is in the booth and they're rapping and they're hearing themselves, that lead sound is not in the way, and they're totally in the mood. They don't feel like they're competing with that lead for the space in the middle. So I would definitely do that if possible. If not, if it's gonna be too much, then you don't have to. But I think that panning it here and there, keep it musical, keep it music, pan it, keep it musical. I just think that's gonna take it out of the way when the artist is just, how these Voteezy, you've probably been in the studio with artists, man. You know how it is. They snap, they go crazy. You probably seen artists that just want to punch in every couple lines and things like that. And we don't want anything to get in the way of them just totally locking in. So, yeah, that's it. Just very, very small thing, but yes. But hard beat, of course. You already know that, Voteezy. Shout out to you, and thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. All right. Yeah, we got some fire emojis here in the chat. Also, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, if you guys need additional help with music production, also I can help you out with content. Main thing is music production. Don't forget, you can see it up top and you can see it in the chat. You can book a one-on-one coaching call with me via Zoom, so that way I can be more hands-on. I can actually see your DAW. We can go through a bunch of your different beats, see what's going on, help you not have, bad habits. If you're a recording artist as well, I can help you out there. Just giving you more hands-on things and save you time, because you cannot get time back. And yes, I have had to learn that the hard way. So investing in yourself is definitely a good thing. So book a one-on-one coaching, Zoom coaching call, DesmondASounds.com/coaching, or you can just go to DesmondASounds.com and you'll find everything there. All right. Moving forward, we have the second submission of the night from Voteezy. This one is called Lil Tecca. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's take a listen. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Voteezy with Lil Tecca. I believe it's like Lil Tecca type beat. But shout out to you, Voteezy. Thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Voteezy, good beat. I like the way that you dialed things back. I know when you was making this beat, you were tempted to add more sounds. You kind of had to check yourself and was like, let me just keep this simple. I know you was in there. I know you wanted to do more. And shout out to you for having the restraint for not adding too many sounds, adding more and more sounds. I'm sure it would have sounded good, but this was definitely very artist friendly. So I know you like to battle, you got fire battle beats, but even on some of your more trap, mainstream hip hop type of beats, you have those hard Memphis beats and stuff like that. Sometimes we can keep those subdued like this one. You can hit that mute button on a few sounds and just let the energy kind of carry things. And then, of course, we're going to have the recording artists do their thing because, Lil Tecca likes to, auto-tune and kind of take up space. And these artists like to add their stacks and their doubles and their ad-libs and the ins and outs. So we like to have more space for that, and you definitely knocked that out the park with this one. Another thing with this beat is I like the way you were able to add synth sounds without a lot of those harsh resonant frequencies that I tend to hear. Sometimes I hear artists submitting these style of beats and they just let the resonant frequencies just poke the hell out of my ear, and you were able to keep those tamed. I'm thinking you probably just worked your EQ to keep those frequencies more tamed. Maybe I might need to make a tutorial on that, on keeping those resonant frequencies tamed, especially like around 3K, 4K, around here. I hear a lot of producers make these type of beats and they just let the resonant frequencies go crazy. So I'm thinking Voteezy, you might have done a little bit of this to keep those, keep it musical and pleasing to the ear, or you just had a really good sound selection, but that was way too tamed. So I'm thinking you did something with the EQ. So yes. So guys, if you're using a lot of synths and you're doing this style of beats, you don't have to let all the harsh high-end frequencies just go crazy. And there's a couple things that go along with that. So I have a video here on my YouTube channel. It's called a free EQ class, so you guys can check it out. If I'm not just yapping, I want to give you guys resources. So check out my YouTube channel here. It says free EQ class. And in that video, I do a whole presentation about EQ. And I also provide a link to a program on a website where you can do tests to test the different frequency ranges as far as high end, high mids, low mids. So that's a really valuable video. A lot of you guys like that video. So check that out so you can help train your ears to know how to manage certain frequency ranges, so you're not just flying blind. You're not just kind of being pulled around in bunch of different places by a bunch of different tutorials and presenters and teachers here on YouTube. So check out that video. A lot of free game on that one. And yes, and you can accomplish smooth top end like this. But yeah, great beat, Voteezy. Keep it up, and I hope I can hear this type of simplicity apply to some of your harder stuff, your classic Voteezy stuff. But shout out to you, Voteezy, once again. All right, Munchie the Beat, what's going on? Shout out to you. Yo, my bad, earlier I was sending your message on Discord. I got in late. Okay, so yeah, you'll message me on Discord. Yeah, please message me on Discord. Millie Beats messaged me on Discord. I reached out to him. I gave him some sounds because of one of his submissions last week. So yeah, Munchie, yes, I'll be able to get back to you this weekend. Yes, this weekend, if not tonight, then by Saturday or Sunday, but definitely by Monday, but Saturday or Sunday, I'll have it done. Yes. All right. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, we have a recording artist. All right. We have Exert Sound with Vibes Will Turn. All right. Let's go ahead and play this song, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's take a listen.
It's a vibes, roll out the fat rides, revolt the hot bikes. It's a vibes, everybody roll out, everybody feel nice. Vibes well done, me say the vibes can't done. The girl them come out because them want have fun. I grade a bun, chase mix with the rum. Watch the girl them a move to the bass and the drum. Vibes well done, me say the vibes well done. Up in on the club, not the bar shell done. Girl them a go on, but I drop it on the ground. Loan money for your run, she no want a man no bum. The vibes nice, girl inna them tights, girl inna them shorts that a give me up the vibes. Where she whine and go on like she had the price. She just a looking at me, I show off and know my size. Bend over, bust a split, from you know your body fit. Girl that's wine up on the tip, got the tight up with the grip. Like she ready for bust a quick, strong and firm, she well liquid. Bust a snap and take a pic, from you know your body thick. Well legit, yeah that is it, make me tougher than a brick. Hope you know me feel solid. Oh, she's so bad with it, the dance floor, she does a rip. Like a big body whip, got the sauce and got the drip. So you have the vibes a lift. Vibes well done, me say the vibes can't done. The girl them come out because them want have fun. I grade a bun, chase mix with the rum. Watch the girl them a move to the bass and the drum. Vibes well done, me say the vibes well done. Up in on the club, not the bar shell down. Girl them a go on, but I drop it on the ground. Loan money for your run, she no want a man a bum. Buff up with enough up like it's tough up. Oh, you a go on like you're ready for the rough up. Go and do your thing, I grade me a puff up. From you a feel the vibes, everybody put your cup up. Straight Tennessee in a me cup and no syrup. When me step in a me spliff it off a bill up. Don't know the pre-real G, them me pick up. Everybody a live up. Outside.
All right. Now I can really use this horn. Yeah, that goes with that. All right, so shout out to Excerpt Sound and Boma with Vibes Well Turn. All right, shout out to you and thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Now Excerpt Sound, first thing is I like the overall vibe. This really makes me feel like I'm in a Caribbean club, man. I can smell the jerk chicken, the lights are dim, the ladies are moving. I could definitely feel that vibe from this song. That being said, with that, on top of that, one of the main things I'm hearing with this song is the actual mix. So I definitely feel like we would want to get a proper mix on this. Honestly, my instincts are saying, and I've made the suggestions a couple of times to recording artists. I know how a lot of you guys work. A lot of you guys record a lot of songs. Keep them in your kind of like your stash. You got a hard drive for a lot of songs. You're not quite sure which ones to pick and whatnot for your next project. I know that's what happens. And so whenever you do decide, sometimes you have to message to artists, you're going to have to put a deadline and force a deadline to release your music. Because I've made a decent amount of money from recording artists who just keep kicking the can down the road and not releasing the actual project, but they keep getting beats and recording and beats and recording and beats and recording. Force a date. Whenever that date is done, it's done. You got to release the music. So I'm speaking to all the recording artists out there who are watching this. You have to force a release date. That's just a PSA. But yeah, that being said, I would, whenever you do have your batch of songs that you want to release, you can either A, get this one professionally mixed and mastered by someone. I've had Mixed by L on my podcast, Made in the Studio podcast. You can find it here on my YouTube channel and also Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can check out his episode, Mixed by L. That's mixed, B-Y-E as in Edward, L as in Larry, L. He does a lot of online mixing and mastering, so you can send your stuff to him to mix and master. Or I would suggest to re-record this in a major recording studio. If you have one in your area, just save up. You've already recorded this version A. You can go into the bigger recording studio to record the newer version 2. I said version A. Version 1, you can go to the bigger recording studio to record version 2. And, use the big mic, the big professional mic. They might have the Sony C800G mic. They might have the Neumann mic. I know some people feel a way about the Neumann mic or a Manley mic. One of those. Or a Loughton Audio mic. Who knows? But yeah. They'll have that bigger mic and, it's running through all the analog gear. So it's easier for the engineer to kind of get your sound the way you want to, especially if there's a good engineer at the major recording studio. So you can do that. So I suggest you guys, don't be afraid of the major recording studios. Or you might have got this done at a major at a recording studio, but in your city, in your area, there is that recording studio that the people go to. So don't be afraid to save up a little bit, invest, go there, and let them work their magic. So I know the difference. So yeah, other than that, other than the mix, other than possibly re-recording, I think that's pretty much it for this song. Let me hear the ending again. Let's see here.
Cup and no syrup. When me step in, I me spliff it off, it bill up. Don't know the pre-real G.
Oh, that reminds me. Yes, what I was gonna say is Excerpt Sound. I think your sound, experiment with Tafara, producer here. I think you two might be able to cook something up together. Tafara here, if you can see his name right there, Tafara. Um, so Exert Sounds, if you want to experiment with more Afro beat as well, get with Tafara. You can also just make a comment on this video, on the playback, just in the YouTube comment section, letting Tafara know he could hit you up, or Tafara, you can make a comment in the comments of the actual playback of the stream, letting Exert Sound know that he can, where your link and things like that, so you two can get together and possibly create something. That's part of the reason why I allowed recording artists to start submitting on the Heat Check, is for moments like this, for you guys to come together and network and possibly create something together. So yeah, definitely do that, and who knows what might come of that. Shout out to y'all. Well, thank you so much for your submission, Exert Sound. Please continue to submit here on the Heat Check, and I'll be glad to help you out on your song creation journey. Speaking of Afrobeat, guys, just to let you know, on DesmondASounds.com, you can get my Roses percussion loop pack, which is Afrobeat. So, guys, tired of just everything trap, go there. You can get you some nice sounding percussion. Mix things up, you can flip things the way you want it to, and also have different guitar loops you can get there at DesmondASounds.com. All right. Let's see. Munchy the Beat is feeling that. All right, I'm taking a look at the chat now. Munchy the Beat is feeling that. Fire Rhythm, yeah, man, you can definitely turn up to that. Producer Double L Beats, what's going on? Just scrolling around, supporting other music review shows. What we got going on tonight, G? Well, Producer Double L Beats, man, we got a beat and song review show here. Man, reviewing some beats, reviewing some songs. Man, we got some talented producers, talented recording artists, and it's not all, there's nothing wrong with trap music. I love trap music. I love to work out to trap music, but it's not all trap, man. We have a whole variety of sounds here at the Heat Check. So yeah, so Double L Beats, if you want to submit to the show, we'd definitely appreciate that. But regardless, we definitely appreciate you just showing up. Your presence is valued and welcomed here at the Heat Check. So shout out to you, and thank you so much for showing support to the show. It doesn't go unrecognized. All right. Moving forward. Oh, it's Double I Beats. My bad, man. Double I Beats. I thought I said Double L Beats. Uncle's a little blind, man. I put my spectacles on, Got me looking like Mr. Peabody. All right. Moving forward, we have Millie Beats. His West Coast classics, Millie Beats with Astro. I'm going to go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's take a listen. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a Heat Check regular, Millie Beats with Astro. Shout out to you, Millie Beats, and thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Now, Millie Beats, man, I'm definitely noticing the development of your drum sounds. Not only your drum sounds, but also your melodies. Because I remember when you first started submitting on the show where we were at, and now, man, on none of your submissions do I hear any type of dissonance. I don't hear any type of out of key 808s. I don't hear any clashing notes on your melody or the background chords, anything like that. So you're getting there musically, and then also the drum sounds that you're using have definitely improved and gotten better and better. So let me say that. Not only that, I can notice your use of dimension now. So I noticed the snaps were more stereo. Then we had the hi-hat in the middle. Then we have some other things going on. So you're starting to experiment with depth and dimension. So keep going. It's getting better and better, and it's starting to it's getting pretty good, man. Shout out to you. I gotta bust you out, man. I know I do this all the time. I'm sorry, but Millie Beats is actually doing this on FL Studio Mobile. That's right. He's not even using a laptop. He's using a cell phone. Same thing you use to get Uber Eats. Millie is making fire beats. Did you know that? Crazy, man. So Millie Beats is using his mobile device, FL Studio Mobile, to do this music, man. So this goes to show, man, if you could really learn your tool and you could work it, you can make some beats on it, man. So crazy how technology has changed. That being said, I like the melody. Things are going good. I was feeling everything. I know you're trying to push yourself musically a bit more when it comes to melodies, right? So Millie, here's something that you could do. This is something that I like to do, is when you're playing back your beat, especially like when you feel like you're about 80% done, 85% done, sit back and listen to your beat and pretend like the beat isn't from you. Pretend like it's someone else's beat and you need to make a song to it. It takes a lot of humbling and pulling down your ego to actually do something like that, but I'm telling you, I do it all the time. It doesn't feel good, but it does make a better result. It does make a better end song or a better beat for the recording artist. So when you listen back and you listen to the melody and everything, let's pretend like you're someone else. Okay, if I was someone else, I want to make a song to this. This is part of the reason why I freestyle so much. I mute it so I don't subject you guys to my whack raps. But I do that, and it's a habit. It's something I do all the time just to make sure that I can find a pocket for an actual song. So when you do that, when you put on the hat of pretending like you're not you, this is someone else's beat and you need to make a song to it, you could listen and say, I like that melody, but I want the melody to evoke more emotion from me. What can I do? Ooh, right there, I would probably want this to be a bit more of a minor chord. Let me see what I could do there. Okay, right here, let me do a drop. And for me personally, that's one of the things that helped me to not have so many sounds in my beats, overfill my beats with sounds to have enough space. And for you, Millie, I would want that to help guide you on some of your chord progressions and some of the melodies that you're using. So do that, push yourself a bit more, and I promise you're gonna end up with results that you like more and more. It's just another layer. But keep going, man. You keep getting better and better. Definitely appreciate you for submitting here on the Heat Check. All right, let's take a look at the chat. Yeah, shout out to Millie Beats. That's helped me, definitely made me notice a lot. Subject to whack. Yeah, man. Subject to whack. I could freestyle, but my voice is kind of weird for raps, I don't know. Maybe, no, I know. I'm not going to subject you guys to my raps. Maybe singing through auto-tune, I'll do a little decent, but rapping, heck no. All right, moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, we have another submission here from Millie Beats. This is Danger Zone. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this beat, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's take a listen.
God damn, Millie, you're bad.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Millie Beats with Danger Zone. Shout out to you, Millie Beats. Thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Now, Millie Beats. Of course, we have your classic West Coast vibes. I like the use of that lead synth you used. I haven't heard you use that lead before in the past, so like the fact that you experimented with things. But this beat here, I was hearing the beat, but I wasn't really totally feeling the beat. It wasn't pulling me in emotionally. I tried to push it. I tried to feel some emotions just by rapping more aggressively on the beat, but I felt like things were like, there was like a disconnect between the passion that I had and the actual beat there. We almost want things to kind of play off of each other, the instrumental and the vocals, to actually create a song. And I kind of felt like I was chasing something, and it didn't. I call it like communicating with the music. I like to communicate with the music, whether there's a vocal off of the instrumental, whether I'm making a beat and I'm adding more sounds. I kind of let the music tell me what to do next. And if an artist is listening to this beat and they're wanting the music to tell them what to do next, it kind of feels like it's not quite pulling them in totally. And one of the things was like, I like the drum sounds, but I felt like the drums could use more emotions, just pull me in more with the drums. It felt cool, but it felt cool and basic. I feel like maybe we could push up the BPM of this, maybe 1 or 2 beats per minute. Maybe that might pull me in more, but I think you could just dig a little deeper to just, if you mute the music, do you still feel the beat with all the music muted? You know, do you? You know, you got to ask yourself that question. Also, the melody was cool. It was cool, but I'm really a melody person personally, so I just wanted to be pulled in more emotionally. So, like I've mentioned to you before, not too long ago, Millie, don't be afraid to get on YouTube, find different songs that you like. There's so many resources here on YouTube to learn how to play different songs that you like, and then you can start to pick up different chord progressions, different chord patterns that you like. You can put it in your mental Rolodex. Then when it's time for you to cook up a beat, you can say, oh, I want that emotion. I know to add that chord there to make me feel this way. So yeah, you don't have to become, you know, Brian Michael Cox or Chop Squad DJ or anything like that. But those fundamentals that you learn from just learning popular songs out there go a long way, go a very long way. I'm telling you, man, it's super far, especially if you can get a keyboard. that would definitely help out a lot. But shout out to you, Millie Beast. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. All right, let's take a look here. All right, what's going on? Well, let's see. Oh, what's going on? Millie Beats in the building. Shout out to you. All right, we got CVRDILO on Twitch. Shout out to you on Twitch. Thank you so much for checking out the show. This is mainly a YouTube show. If you can find yourself over to Desmond A Sounds on YouTube, definitely appreciate that. If you just want to check things out, enjoy the show, enjoy the vibes, definitely you can stay checking this out on Twitch. All right. Once of learning lots of passion for music, you are welcome, Millie Beats. All right, and Double I Beats, do you take links? I was going to submit something, and I have my album on an off-top link. The 2 songs, all themselves are about, file sales. So Double L Beats, if you're looking to submit, the free submissions are closed. If you're looking to do the VIP skip the line and you're having issues submitting due to the file size, then let me know and I'll see what I can do on the back end to allow you to submit for the VIP skip the line. If you're not looking to do the VIP skip the line, purchase the VIP skip the line, then at the end of the show, the free submissions are going to be open for next Friday's show. So please make sure you hit subscribe, because I make a YouTube community post letting everyone know that the free form is open for next Friday's show at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just let me know what you're trying to do, Double I Beats. Let's see here, Millie. I do think the beat needs more polishing. Yeah, Millie Beats at this point, I'm definitely hearing. I'm hearing the drums get better and better. The melody, like you said, you're working on getting your melodies better and better. Yeah, just do what I said as far as just even watching some of those tutorials are definitely even watching those tutorials will help you out a lot. Just keep listening to music. A lot of times music I like tends to be more R&B, but you know, just whatever type of music that you like. It's going to support 7 to 15. I was just going to send my off-top link for buzz. I told you I'm here to support other shows. Okay, let's do this. Producer Double I Beats. I typically don't do this, but since you're having a file size issue thing, if you do the super chat, if you do a super chat for 15, I'll go ahead and give you my email, or you could put it in the chat. You can put your links in the chat, and then I'll get your submissions here on this show. So if you do the super chat instead of the VIP link for 15, then we'll do that since there's a file size issue. So definitely appreciate that, Double I Beats. So hope to get that, and I definitely appreciate this support. All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, we have Dash Adams with Untitled One. Now, Dash Adams is a songwriter, so I believe Dash Adams might be using AI vocals. He is not an AI artist, which we do not allow on this show. He does have AI vocals, but he is a songwriter himself, so that's cool here on the Heat Check. All right, so we have Untitled One by Dash Adams. We're going to go ahead and play the song, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's take a listen.
Another Another summer rain, hands up to the clouds. Seasons coming past, you're still not around. Held us in my heart, now there's vacancies. Your love's a crowded room, never no space for me. Now you're my dearly departed. We so dead and gone, I should chalk it. No need to turn around, just keep walking. I'll be good regardless. I could never be the one you need me to be. Took some trips around the sun just for me to see. All you ever do is damage. Not your missus, so no more misunderstandings. Left me so alone and abandoned. You was my world, now we on two separate planets. I gave you the space you need. Told me you was way too deep. Now it's so plain to see. You're free falling out of love with me. I gave you the space you need. Told me you was way too deep. Now it's so plain to see. You're free falling out of love with me. Yeah. It's me with the games, that's so lame, babe. Keep talking fairy tale stories with a straight face. You was my future half, look how things changed. All this time I was down the ride till I day space. Now you're my dearly.
All right. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dash Adams with Untitled. Shout out to you, Dash Adams. Thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Dash, man, good song, man. Good song. It had a nice vibe. You know, using AI for vocals to really illustrate your songwriting skills and get the doubles and everything like that. This is, you know, to me, this is like more of an ethical use of AI, because you're doing this, and then let's just say an indie artist or an artist who just got a record deal, or, you know, somebody could say, you know what, I like this. You know, who created this? And they're going to say Dash Adams, you wrote the lyrics, and then from there, bam, this is just a great way to paint a picture for a final song that you would have in your head, and maybe just like, man, I wish I could do this. But bam, we got that to help get the music out. So yeah, man, as far as feedback for that, that's really in my wheelhouse. That's my type of vibe. That's my type of music. So yeah, man, I really can't say much about it, you know, except I would, you know, want to hear a human doing it. But yeah, good song. Shout out to you, Dash Adams. Thank you so much for submitting on the Heat Check. And ladies and gentlemen, I mention songwriters all the time for, you know, producers and things like that. So you guys check out Dash Adams. You know, you guys need hooks, you need songs, everything like that. Make sure you guys check him out. All right. Let's see. I was gonna see. Won't let me upload. Like, how do I send the payments, my guy? Double L Beats. Are you able to do super chat? Just if you do super chat 15, and then drop your links. Here, Double I Beats. Do 15 super chat, and then drop the links, and then we'll have you here, and I'll just do that as the VIP skip the line. So just drop the super chat. I believe even when you do the super chat, it should allow you to like leave a comment, and then in the comment of your super chat, you could put your links as well. So if you could do that, then you should be good to go. So shout out to you, Double I. Looking to have you here on the Heat Check. All right. Moving forward, and I hope Double I isn't on like a delay, because sometimes people will watch the stream and then it's like a slight delay, and they're like, it almost seems like I'm ignoring them. So let me make sure that Double I let's see. make sure. And we got Voteezy in the building. Shout out to Voteezy in the building. Let me make sure. Thanks. Now let me add yeah, you went already, Voteezy. We had you earlier, man. Gave a lot of feedback to you, Voteezy. Yeah, man. Fire beat. You had that classic trap beat, that classic Thug Motivation TM 101 sound beat, and then you had the that, what you call it, the Lil Tecca type beat. Definitely fire. So yeah, gave you feedback already, Voteezy, and yeah, fire beat as usual. You know. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Moving forward, we have another submission from Dash Adams here. We have Untitled 2. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play this song, mute my mic, and give my feedback. So let's take a listen.
Overtime, no sleep, we don't need that, we overgrind. Overtime, under bright lights, we don't choke, we overshine. Overtime. Overtime, yeah. Raised up out the swamp, ain't no safe bets. When the night falls, I'm an apex. All I do is go hard, not a day's rest. When it's crunch time, won't be no remains left. 10,000 hours, I've been at it since the morning. I ain't even sleep, yeah, you never see me on it. Ops claim they doing it, but they don't really want it. If I throw a shot, no, it won't be a warning. Screams from the crowd. The city love me, I got keys to the town. Competition on their knees, take a bow. Let the world know how we put it down. Somebody tell them. Overtime, no sleep, we don't need that, we overgrind. Overtime, under bright lights, we don't choke, we overshine. Overtime, yeah. When it's blood, sweat, and tears splashing the most, it's passion alone enough to keep your flagship afloat. When you're gassed and the efforts don't match the results, we'll roll call, find your name in a class full of goats. When you shoot for the moon and ricochet off the stars, so much on your chest, what to say, where to start. You just stare at the bench, trying to weigh out the bars and push through, make your way out the swamp. From the crowd, the city love us, we got keys to the town. Competition on their knees, take a bow, let the world know.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dash Adams, Untitled 2. Shout out to you, Dash Adams, and thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Dash Adams is a songwriter. He actually used, sounds like this one he used AI on the voice as well. So yeah, if you're a songwriter, you use AI in your vocals, it's definitely cool. When I say no AI artists, I mean no 100% AI artists, meaning you have no origin. I can't find you on Instagram. I don't know who you are. You just created somewhere in the lab. That's not okay here on the Heat Check. But if you're a songwriter, you're doing things like Dash Adams, then that's definitely cool here on the Heat Check. Dash Adams, man, and the thing that I'm noticing is, like, with the AI, it's like you're not relying on the tone of your voice. It's allowing you to just adopt other voices and create these songs or demos that could possibly be sold to a label artist or maybe an indie artist with some type of budget. That being said, this does definitely sound good. One thing to keep in mind is that, you know, you're going to want to, I'm not sure if the instrumental is AI. I don't think so. But we want to make sure that you have like an actual human redo the vocals. For more information, just like this copyright thing that's going on. For more information on that, make sure you guys check out the YouTube channel of Casey Graham. It's Music Money Makeovers. He's always putting out information as far as AI and copyrights and different things that people, recording artists more specifically, need to do as far as creating music and putting it out there. So check out his channel on YouTube and you can get more game on that. But from what I could recall, we still need a bit more human input. But yeah, as far as the demo goes to send to someone, I'm liking both songs. They both sound good. And man, I don't really have any feedback for them, man. It sounds good. It sounds good. Shout out to you, Dash Adams. Shout out to you. All right, let's take a look at the chat. All right. Let's see here. I don't see a super chat from my man. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Ah, there we go. All right. Thanks. There we go. All right. And drop links. Double I. All right. Sometimes I know people are skimming through the or if link, let me drop this. If link in chat doesn't work, send here. Contact at DesmondAMeets.com. All right. Why doesn't the super chat show here on? Okay. All right. So shout out to you, NOXENBSH on Twitch. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for checking out the Heat Check on Twitch. You're wanting to know how to submit music. Right now we're doing the VIP skip the line. All the free submissions are closed for this week's show, Noxin on Twitch. But if you're wanting to do the VIP skip the line, please go to DesmondASounds.com/VIP. You can submit your VIP skip the line there. Let's see. That is the first link. Let's see. Hope my thing isn't I hope my let's see here. I'm hoping YouTube isn't blocking your links. Double L Beats. Dang it. Excuse me, Double I Beats. Bow down. Integrated floor. I did the produce. Dang. Okay, so double. I think YouTube is blocking your links, Double I. Please email the links. YouTube is blocking. All right. Contact at DesmondAMeets.com. Let me see. Let's see here. Let me check and see. All right, and while I'm doing that, I think I might have had some incomplete thoughts there. So one, Noxin on Twitch. I just gave you DesmondASounds.com/VIP. If you want to do VIP skip the line, you do that there. Noxin on Twitch. And while Double I is emailing the links to his music, or you can even send it as an attachment. Oh wait, that might not work. But yeah, let me see here. ADB Productions, Desmond, for the next weeks I'll upload another set and we'll work on the feedback you gave me so I can work this week and listen to the album. Okay. Shout out to you. Oh yeah. ADB as far as what was it? Future, Dirty Sprite. Yes. Listen to Dirty Sprite 2 by Future. Then yes, definitely some of those flips that Southside, Sunny, Metro, classic album. Once again, what's his name? Seth Firkins did a great job on the mixing. I believe it was Seth Firkins did a lot of the mixing on there. Yes. Okay. So while Double I is emailing that over, while Double I is emailing those links over, if you guys got any questions about production, guys got any questions about networking, anything like that, just let me know. Guys, please drop it in the chat. I'm here to answer questions, so please let me know. Guys want any let's see here. Let me get back here in the FL Studio. So guys, here in FL Studio, if you guys didn't know, I have this FL Studio patcher plugin called FL Super Clipper. You can get this on my website, DesmondASounds.com. I say it's much better than the actual soft clipper on FL Studio. So go ahead and get this. This is free. It's a FL Studio patcher plugin, meaning it is created from stock sounds. And man, this thing goes crazy. So it goes from hard clipping, soft clipping. You can really lock in the tone. So you guys are trying to find ways to make your drums hit harder, then you definitely want to check out the soft clipper. All right, so Double I just went ahead and sent over the links. So let's go ahead and get that pulled up. All right. Let's go ahead and get this on going. All right. So guys, once again, please drop any questions that you have. I'll be glad to help you out. Okay, so downloads disabled. Let me make sure you guys can hear this. Let me make sure you guys can hear. Dang, well, let me change the volume. Okay.
Yeah. Double I, what's up? What we doing?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a proper introduction. Since I'm playing it straight from the link. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you guys can't see it on my screen. Okay, let me see if you guys can see my screen. Do you guys want to? Okay. I guess you guys need to see my screen. I don't know if you guys need to see my screen. All right, let's play the music. That's what's important. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Double I Beats. First song is Bow Down by we have Griot Noi, Flea, and it looks like it's kind of cut off on my screen, but regardless, this is Double I Beats. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the submission right here on the Heat Check. Let's get into it.
Yeah. Double I, what's up? What we doing, man? Star. The Reaper coming, the Ruger under the Regal button. L-Star polishing gems. Listen, I teach you something. I self-allure. My master is of Islamic thesis. The God coming, but y'all niggas salami eating. You disrespecting, I'ma slide one. Wise up, arm, leg, arm, head. That's my design done. Illest from the North Star, yonder the Borealis. I'm immortal, fuck a call for my legacy, want a palace. When I stand up, you can tell a difference in my manners. A body like acrylic, I was bred to be a canvas. The paint ill, I build history in my ink. Feel similar to Liu Kang, kicking you in your teeth. I'm a steel-toe general, earth flooded with minerals. I feed your body knowledge, your hearse covered in syllables. So bow down, clear to see you witnessing the great. I'm a gentleman, but kill him when my dinner hit the plate. Let's eat.
Thinking of a master plan. I got hands faster than the average man. Who want more? Smoke? No, don't even try. Thinking of a master plan. I got hands faster than the average man. Who
to this level, the haters rejoice. The thought of me not making it kinda served as a decoy. Now I'm blazing trails, call me B-Roy. Making them bow down, I really make them face defeat, boy. I'm glowing Bruce Leroy. Your punches not landing nowhere on me, boy. Just like all of the fighters that challenge thinking they beat Floyd. Was front line whenever my armies deployed. Now I play the cup, about to bubble up like a keloid. Yeah, north, east, west, south, like the news and shit. But here's a useful tip if you in my city and new to this. You gon' lose your shit if we catch you lacking and snoozing, kids. Was lining squares up for we even knew what a Rubik's is. Every day's a good day, baby, I'm Ice Cube with this. But you can't hang around me unless you rockin' the noose and shit. The cocky gangsters still shitting on potty trainers. Every beat I gotta give y'all the bell like karate trainers.
Thinking of a master plan. I got hands faster than the average man. Who want more? Who want more? Smoke? No, don't even try. Thinking of a master plan. I got hands faster than the average man. Who want more? Who want more? I'm the master. So bow down. The master. So bow down. So bow down. The master. So bow down. So bow down.
All right. That's how we do it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was VIP Skip the Line, Double I Beats. That was Bow Down featuring Griot Noy and Flea Sport. Double L did the producing, arranging, mixing, and mastering. And Hook, along with the scratching on the hook. Okay, so man, Double I is a he's hitting all areas of production, and that's definitely going to be more and more important as AI gets better and better. People are going to want to be able to go into the studio with an actual producer who can make beats, record, mix, so people could really feel like they're getting a bang for their buck. Yeah, man, this song is almost like, it's almost like sending me a Baby making R&B beat or Baby making R&B song, because it's like I'm partial to this type of music. So it's, you know, I like it. You guys saw me reacting. I like the bars, witty punchlines, like some of the, some of the lines that were added in there. As far as this type of song, it's just, this is the type of music, some of the type of music that I really, grew up on. So yeah, just sounded good. The artist sounded present. They sounded hungry. The mix, the scratching on the hook kind of gave me DJ Premier vibes. Man, I can't, as far as constructive feedback, there's only one little thing I think, but I might be tripping. Let me hear.
Thinking of a master. I got
squares up for we even
so bow down.
Before I got to this
minerals, I feed your body knowledge. Your hearse covered in syllables, so bow down. Clear to see you witnessing the great. I'm a gentleman, but kill him when my dinner hit the plate. Let's eat.
Thinking of a master.
Okay, so as far as the only real constructive feedback I can think of on that, and it could be because I'm streaming this from the link, it's a possibility. It's just like, if we could just make the low end subbier, that's really the only thing I could think of. The kick is hitting, the snare is hitting, the vocals sound good. Just the only thing, like, if we're listening to like, I want to say if we're listening to like Griselda, like if we're listening to comparing the subs, the lower end of the bass, that's the only thing I could think of, is to just try adding a little bit more sub to the bass. And as long as it doesn't start to feel weird or unbalanced or something, otherwise the kick is really carrying it, with the snap really giving the nod factor. But this is a music review show, so that's the only real feedback I can think of. Try to just give more subbiness, more presence to the bass. That's really it for that song. But yeah, overall, good. All right, so it's VIP Skip the Line. So you got two going on. All right, and the next one is going to be The Mirror, featuring Mickey Fax. Okay, Mickey Fax, shout out to him. And Double I Beats did the He did the hook in the second verse. Oh, and this is from his producer album Inevitable. All right. Okay. Double I Beats is, man, he's covering all grounds. He said, man, AI, he's saying AI needs to be scared of him. He don't need to be scared of AI. He's stacking his value, man. You know, man, if I could learn how to rap, if I could learn how to really sing, man, especially out here in Atlanta, it'll be over, man. I got to learn how to sing. I don't know, man. But anyways, enough rambling. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up, we have another submission from Double I Beats. This one is called On the Mirror, featuring Mickey Facts and Double I Beats. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play this song, mute my mic. We're going to take a listen and give my feedback. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
It's been a long morning. I had my mic jack and the wrong input, man. Yo, turn me up in the house for me, Mickey. Come on, man. That kind of lets you know my thought process. I'm all over the place. For real. Smicky. Yeah. What does my mirror show me? Is it the grays on my face growing my wisdom slowly? Or my gut hanging over cause of rigatoni? Maybe it's the real me that be feeling lonely. Niggas know me as the rapper who be spitting solely. What about my spiritual though? Am I living holy? Breathing out, Mickey's phony. My reflection tells the truth, he's my strictest homie. Listen, Brody, while my hands on this countertop, looking up, seeing myself, it brings a lot of shock. Am I good enough being myself? This is how I got to the point of grieving myself while I shower hot with my wash rag. I'm a proud dad with a child glad to be my son. He's never found sad, wild glad that's enough to wipe the mirror clean and clear the steam to see a man appearing seen, feeling free. Fact.
When you look in the mirror, tell me what you see. Is someone looking back? Tell me what you see. Either the good or the bad side. Tell me what you see. Cause when you look for the last time, it ain't nothing but me. I look in the mirror feeling lost, like I'm wandering, pondering if I should do things differently. Am I squandering these life gifts, blessings that I've been given, lessons that I've been living, stressing cause time is ticking, rewind back. Never mind, Dad, I'm on a mindless mission like a crimeless victim. Look myself in the eyes, double eye, you like a villain. The hyper feeling you get the moment you getting stressed, and when you notice you own it, eyes open, feeling blessed. How many people have been given less, but that doesn't stop me from thinking if this is a test of difference. I set the pacing instead of lying complacent when jokers thinking they kings but never trying to ace it. Because my queen deserves the best version of me, like trips overseas to Belize. I heard it's comfort. Yes. Gotta hit the scene, get the green word to Gumby, but the first step, look in the mirror and learn it from me. Double. When you look in the mirror, tell me what you see. Is someone looking back? Tell me what you see. Either the good or the bad side. Tell me what you see. Cause when you look for the last time, it ain't nothing but me. When you look in the mirror, tell me what you see. Is someone looking back? Tell me what you see. Either the good or the bad side. Tell me what you see. Cause when you look for the last time, it ain't nothing but me.
All right. That was Double I Beats with The Mirror featuring Mickey Facts and Double I Beats, the producer himself. So shout out to Double I Beats and thank you so much for submitting right here on the Heat Check VIP. Skip the line. That is definitely very much appreciated, and thank you so much for being patient with the technical stuff and, you know, getting things over to me. So yes, I appreciate that. Yes, Double I Beats. This was another good song. Good vibe, good feel. Everything felt good. one thing that I noticed, some this doesn't happen all the time, but I noticed that a lot of producers with this kind of, East Coast sound do a very good job at like drum selection, sound selection, and the overall tone of the drums. Everything really tend to sound good and glued together. Like everything sounds like they belong together, drum wise and texture wise. But then sometimes when it comes to like that low sub, that part is kind of not as prioritized, and it could be because once again I'm in the ATL, and we're the home of a lot of bass and whatnot, so we don't want things to be unbalanced or anything like that. But if I could just get for just who's a good example, like sometimes I don't know if you use references, double I beats, but if you can find like references to like beats or songs that you like the low end of, and it has like a similar kind of this East Coast texture to, definitely don't be afraid to A and B some of those references and like listen specifically to the low end. So when you listen to your song, you're like, I'm about to bounce this down, and then you listen to the other song. Maybe you get the songs from like iTunes or QO Buzz. You try to get like the uncompressed version, and you do the A and B comparison. Like kind of listen and like, okay, this song has this type of low end. Like, I really like the low end on this song by what's her name? Tierra Whack, called Megan Good. I like the low end on that song. Tierra Whack, Megan Good. It's not really a popular song, but you can find that somewhere. It was mixed by Leslie Brathwaite, and that's just, I really like that type of low end. And if I have a beat that kind of is in that realm, I'll like listen to it and see like, okay, how can I get at least in that realm as far as the sub. But yeah, just kind of watch that low end part. But other than that, the hook was cool, but with this type of song that you were doing and the energy that was coming, it's like for the hook, I was expecting almost like my ears desired like just an R&B vocalist just coming in like taking over, like you guys handle the verses, and then you have a nice powerful female singer come through and do the hook, and it's just like soulful, and it just takes up the whole space. And then after she's done singing that hook, it comes back to you. That's what I was hearing. At least the version of the song in my head, that's what I was hearing. I was hearing a powerful voice, maybe almost like in that Faith Evans type of realm. So, I'm not quite sure if this, everything is done and you're not really trying to edit anything. That's cool. But if you do have the opportunity to, somebody who has a powerful singing voice, you're like, come through the studio. I want you to do this hook. This is the version of the hook that I already have. But if you can like make an R&B version of this, like, what do you think? How would you approach this hook? Then have that person, because man, you'll be surprised at how much music is stored inside of some people out here who is just, maybe they used to do music back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And they just like, they gave up, but then they can come through the studio, hear something, and they'll be like, dang, that's crazy. So yeah, so that's really the only feedback that I have. But yeah, definitely dope songs. Keep going, man. Fire. So shout out to you, Double I Beats. All right, let's take a look at the chat here. Okay, Mickey Facts, my broski. We about to go turn up in a few weeks in the A. Okay. You're going to be in the A Labor Day weekend. Okay, shout out to you. Yeah, definitely, let me know. Mickey, Labor Day weekend. Oh, you already let me know where you're going to be at. Okay, so I might see if I could, pull up. You know what I'm saying? I might have to pull up, see what y'all got going on. Let's see. P Central, simplicity is the key to boom bap. Boom bap, yes. Make the artist flow, makes the song really, yeah, man. Yes, definitely. that bass in the ATL hit different. One day I might say one of my trap records. Yeah, we definitely appreciate that. Let's see. Man, who you telling? That hook would have been fire. So what happened was this was a last minute addition to album. Oh, okay. Me and Mickey did it about 10 hours before the album dropped. Oh, okay. I got you. I know how that is. I know how that is. But Double I, man, you're putting out music, and that's the thing that, you know, I'm sure you know as a producer, a lot of people come into the studio and they're like, man, I'm gonna do this project, I'm gonna do that project. And unfortunately, a lot of artists just keep making songs and they don't actually release the projects. But, you know, if you work at a studio, you have a studio, you know, it's easy money, you know, especially if you have a good vibe with a certain artist. It's easy money for them to just keep coming in and recording them. But, you know, some artists, unfortunately, they just don't put out the actual projects. They just keep coming and record. But, you know, you had that deadline, you made it happen, got the music out, bam, there you go. So yeah, it's definitely an accomplishment to actually put out music as opposed to just talking about it. I'm finna do it. You actually did it, Double I. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. And thank you so much for submitting on the Heat Check and supporting the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great show, man. Really eventful show, man. We had some Afro beats. We had some classic trap. We had some reggae artists come through, you know. Yeah, man, I definitely appreciate you guys for submitting your music. Yeah, they come by with the studio with their friend. Man, Double I, who are you telling, man? I got stories for days. Yes, they come by the studio and make music for their friends. That's what I try to tell some people, Double I, is that some people, what I've noticed is that some people aren't really serious about music. They just want to get out the house and kick it. You know what I'm saying? They just want to get out the house and kick it. And if you got a good personality, Double I, you know, people are feeling you in the studio, then they'll just keep coming back and kick it and do the little Instagram thing. So yeah, it's a thing, man. Yes, Double I Beats. This is the Loughton Audio LA 320 V2. I am not doing it justice. I need a I need a better mic preamp and compressor. I have a DBX DBX286S. So yeah, I need to get a Focusrite ISA1. That's one of my favorite mic pre's. So I'm not doing this justice at all. So yes, but shout out to Loughton Audio. They're a good company because the tube inside this mic actually went out, and they sent me a free one after I sent them an email. So yeah, they sent me a free tube to put in the microphone. Didn't ask any questions, man. So shout out to Loughton Audio. So yeah, I would definitely check them out. Definitely check out Loughton Audio. Oh, perfect. So Double I used the Loughton Audio LA 320 V2. Nice. Yes. Great microphone. I learned about this microphone from the Help Me Devon YouTube channel. That guy is always putting out a lot of good game on the technical engineering gear, nerdy stuff kind of stuff. So yes. All right, guys, man, we have been here a minute, man. This has been an awesome show, man. Super awesome show. Yes. All right, guys. So once again, I will be opening up the form for next Friday's show within the next couple of minutes. Guys, don't forget to go to DesmondASounds.com to get free loops, free FL Studio Patcher plugins, free guides on Pro Tools, networking on Instagram, samples and things like that. Excuse me. There was nothing. Sorry about that, guys, if you heard that. Free FL Studio Patcher plugins, free guides, guides on networking, guides on mixing. I got a whole bunch of stuff on DesmondASounds.com, so you guys go there. Also, guys, don't forget to check out the past episodes of the Made in the Studio podcast. We got episodes with Mixed by L. We got episodes with Daniel Cruz Hernandez, the attorney. Grammy nominated producers, Andrew Lloyd. I've got Tavares Jordan, who worked with Summer Walker. Everybody check out the Made in the Studio podcast right here on my YouTube channel. Click on the podcast link, or you can go to Made in the Studio podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you hear podcasts. You could check that out. We've got professionals in the game dropping some good information. Guys, check out those episodes over the weekend in case you didn't hear the last few shows. And I'm hoping to get more guests for September. So I'm going to be doing that this weekend so we can get some more good information for the producer community. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys next Friday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. I want to make sure you guys submit. I want to see you there. Y'all have a great, safe, fun, wonderful weekend. And I will see you guys next Friday. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.